Show me something. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Show Me Something podcast. I'm Trevor.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Will.
And this week, I brought for the boys the classic anime Psycho Pass. Yes, this anime, I didn't have anything ready about when it came out.
2012.
2012.
It's pretty recent. Well,
Yeah, classic.
10 years.
10-year classic.
It was a classic from what I remember. And stuff. I'm surprised with how new it is, actually, even as the person who watched it, even. But yeah, so housekeeping, I guess. How's everyone doing? What's going on? Anything fun?
Between recordings, I went up to Michigan for Abby's sister's wedding part 2, the sequel. You know.
Hell yeah.
It was a good time. We had fun. It was good seeing her family. You know. While we were traveling, I watched some weird movies. I watched all 3 of the 90s Ninja Turtle movies, which were classic. They were really cool. They were fun movies. You know, some good Vanilla Ice features in there. And I'm all caught up on Marvel too. I went to go see Doctor Strange, and I finally watched the new Spider-Man on Prime. Yeah, and they were both good. It was good. Did you saw it now, Will? Did you see it? Oh, I can't spoil it.
Nope.
Then.
Nah.
But
I've also seen Doctor Strange, and it was also good.
he's seen it twice.
I have seen it twice, actually.
That's wild.
It was the Sam Raimi did a great job. I think it was.
Oh yeah.
I like when he puts his weird spin on stuff. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I maybe will see it this week, but I'm not sure. I'll do my best.
Right on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't knock you for it.
No?
I'm also traveled in between and about to travel again. I was up in New York for a week with Riss to see my dad and my sister, which was a great time. And then I'm going to Chicago this weekend for a work conference. So busy times. I got my first booster Friday. So yesterday I pretty much was on the couch all day, feeling pretty shitty. But bounced back today, thankfully, in time to record.
Nice.
And finish the show.
Finish the show minutes before recording.
Literally, yeah, right. Just now. I was on pace, but yesterday I felt so shitty. I didn't want to watch this and have it I didn't want to finish it while I felt bad.
That's fair.
So I got in under the wire this morning. Everything else is good. Yeah, not a whole lot going on. Lots of travel, so we're just kind of resting up in between. Should be relatively back to normal by the next time we record. So all good here.
And I do want to say a reason that we've taken so long to record and stuff is because all of us are on like completely different schedules right now. So that's why we're doing like this morning recording.
Yeah, Jake and I both have to go to work after this.
Yeah.
So
because Trev's schedule got changed to a different schedule, and mine got changed to what my normal one is supposed to be, so everything just got kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Perks of
So
HSN.
it was either record today or record like next month or something.
Yeah.
So we chose today.
We've been all over the place.
Slightly tired. Yeah, I have done no traveling. I've basically just sat at home.
Well, no, you went up to see your grandma up in
Trenton. That doesn't count as traveling. That's in Florida still.
That's travel?
Wasn't it like 4 hours away?
3 from here, but 2 from my parents. So
That's
like
pretty
I would
far.
drive the hour from here to my parents.
Yeah.
And then sleep, and then wake up, and then drive. Hey, you put your sticker on your cup. Nice.
Sorry, interrupting, but I just got a Yeti, and I finally found a home for your sticker.
Nice. Low Rollers Club.
Hell yeah. Always.
Classic boy.
No, I don't think anyone has. Have we even talked about our D&D campaign ever on the podcast?
I think we've mentioned it for sure a couple of times.
Yeah. Okay.
It similarly is suffering from delays in scheduling right now. So.
Oh, that could be an episode, because technically I'm showing you guys D&D.
That's not true.
Like 2 years ago.
Damn it. Fuck.
I also played before.
That's right.
You, so.
I actually already played before we played with you too. I played single game as a fill-in with Ked back in the day in high school.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
One shot. Rip.
All right. Well, so much for that idea. But yeah, just been hanging out, playing games, watched a bunch of anime and stuff, and watching the new stuff that's coming out this season. Spy Family is very good. There's other ones that are fine. And playing Teardown. That's really fun. And then we're going to be playing Civ soon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I received a copy of Civ via Jacob for my birthday, so I've joined the ranks.
Now let's clarify this, all right?
He
Because
got me a gift card.
I got
and
him
the
a gift
thing-
card, and because I did not steal the idea from Trevor, I gave Will a Steam gift card.
I had
There's
texted
some
I had
controversy
texted
here.
Jacob like the day before. I guess he gave you a gift card. It's like, you think we should give Will Civ as a birthday gift? And he's like, I don't
okay.
know. I gave
That's
him
funny.
Bannerlord and he still hasn't played it. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then the next day I see, thanks Jacob for Civ, and I'm like, what the
I gave
hell?
him a Steam gift
He
card.
gave me a gift card, but I mean, both of you are well aware that the only game I'm interested in buying currently is Civ. So I mean,
Well, that's
you
why
know.
specifically in the note I said your wish list is dog water. Wait
Yeah,
for a
I don't-
sale.
I don't
Wait
care
for-
about sales like you do. I'm not a weird penny pincher on Steam. I'm just here for
You have to
free
be.
money.
But
Shit.
that's fine. But also, you gotta add more shit to that wish list, man. That
Why?
thing it's
I-
looking weak. It's looking not good.
I don't have thousands of little tiny games that I want to buy. You know,
Tiny
I'm
games
pretty,
are the best games.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. Listen, you guys. Despite the fact that it's entirely owed to you that I am now a PC gamer, I feel like you guys really try to micromanage my PC game, and that's a thing that I respect and also will always push back on.
We're
I don't
trying to
give a
look out
fuck.
for our son.
I
All
don't
right.
need
Yeah.
1,000 games in my wish list. All right, I'm good where I'm at right now. Let me be a grumpy old man and keep like a very tiny wish list that I add to every few months. One game. Civ was the most recent ad, and it's been purchased. So I think that's a win-win. Plus, Civ is fun. I've played a couple hours of it during the week. I've been pretty wiped out, so I haven't been doing much gaming at all this week. But I'm excited to be indoctrinated into the. I mean, is it an RTS? I don't even know what.
No,
genre.
it's a
No, it's
Strategy?
It's
just turn-based.
Turn-based strategy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, it's
excited
not
to be
real time.
indoctrinated into turn-based strategy games. I've enjoyed what I've played so far, and I can see it being very fun with friends, minus turn timers.
Yeah, basically the chat in the game just becomes you screaming next turn at whoever's taking too long.
That's fun.
So it'll be
Excited.
Trevor because he takes an hour for each turn.
We'll have a turn timer then.
This time, Trevor, sorry.
I already feel like I can play with a turn timer. I don't know what you're doing, Trev.
I don't know what he's
It's-
doing either.
I've
the
played
only
for 2
time I took a
hours.
long time was when you attacked me
he's
unprovoked.
always sitting there like, I wonder what I should do.
I'm new. I'm reading.
Bro, I'm just whipping it. I ignore all the messages.
You've got the
like, leave me
wiki open,
alone.
Trevor. You're like,
Yeah, no,
interesting.
I'm not doing all that shit.
I don't have the
I'll-
wiki. I'm not
I'll
that
know
bad.
the game. I'll know the game in maybe a year. I don't care about knowing it. I'm just trying to have a good time. So it's been fun so
Anyways,
far.
the show
Yeah.
to the show. So the show is set in the future. I forget what year exactly.
It's 100 years in the future from the time it was.
Something
It's
like
2112.
that. 2112.
It is 2112.
Dang,
Yeah.
Scott.
Thank you. 2112.
Pretty bad fucking prep here, Trev. It's like you were the one who just finished it 10 minutes ago.
I finished it last night,
Yeah.
to be fair, at like 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning.
I went to bed at 9:30 last night.
Anyways,
3:30.
yeah, about the same. Probably didn't go to sleep until like 4. But regardless, yeah, 2112,
Christ.
all of Japan is under something called the Sybil system, which is a computer program that like manages everyone's lives and can read their minds basically and determine if you're a latent criminal or not. And if you are, you go to a rehabilitation center or something,
Yeah.
or just executed.
On the spot. Judge Dredd style.
If it's bad enough, yeah, you do. The Dominators are really fucking cool.
That crime coefficient.
Your crime coefficient gets too high, you just get eliminated. Pip is screaming.
He's fine. Don't look at him.
He's fine. Anyways, yeah, so that's kind of the plot, and we follow the crew of police officers, the enforcers, and the investigator.
Yes.
Is that what their titles were? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we follow them as they track down murderers, and it all big stuff happens. Anyways, I don't
Big
want to
stuff?
say too much. I don't want to say too much in the non-spoiler zone. But what did you guys think?
Oh, it's my turn, right? I was like, Will. Yeah, it was a cool show. It seems like it's the most consistently serious anime you've showed us so far. I feel like the other ones have been, pretty light, pretty goofy most of the time. The other, I mean, Cowboy Bebop had its serious moments, but it still had a lot of like lighthearted, fun, and a lot of sad stuff, obviously. But this one was like consistently like tense and like no relief at all, really, which was cool. It was cool to see that. I like seeing, it feels like a much more different anime finally than the ones that you've showed us. I feel like they've all been somewhat similar, in tone at least. But yeah, no, it was good. I liked it. Good characters. All the supporting cast seemed really good. And at first, like when it was like it seemed like it was like case of the week. I was like, oh, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much. I was like, it's gonna just be kind of just a detective show where like they go around solving stuff, but then like there becomes a through line throughout the entire show that really picks up and becomes really crazy. Some of the stuff that happens like later in the season is really wild, and a lot of stuff I didn't expect too, which was cool. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It was a little bit long, Trevor, so but not too bad. We did have a really long time to watch it, to be fair.
Yeah, this
We
is
had a
I
long
think, the
time.
longest we've had of anything, right? It's been at
22?
least 2 months, I feel like, since we knew. I don't
Oh,
mean in
you
terms
mean-
of length. I
oh.
mean in terms of lead time of knowing what we're gonna have to watch, and then
And
We've
yet,
known for
two
a
of us
long
finished
time.
it last. Yeah, like we finished it like yesterday, today.
Yeah,
look, if I had watched this a month ago, I wouldn't remember a fucking thing about it. So
that's fair.
I guess that's fair.
yeah.
But
Ready
yeah,
to come.
no, it was cool. I don't know if I would watch like another season of it though. So I think
I've
that
never
hurts.
seen season 2. I've never.
Gotcha.
I barely knew it existed. Realistically, I just assumed the show ends where it ends, and just kind of be happy with that. You know what I mean?
It does feel like it could just end. It ends.
Yeah.
In it almost a perfect circle, really.
Yeah.
So I feel like that does hurt my rating a little bit because some of the other ones I was like, oh yeah, I would keep watching, like Dr. Stone. I continued to watch and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Good experience. It was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a lot of similar thoughts to Cobb. One of the first things I kind of jotted down was the fact that it seems case of the week and then becomes more serialized, which I appreciated. I had similar feelings about not being sure if I was ready for 22 different cases and then like minimal characterization. I think this one takes a pretty left turn off of that, and I enjoyed that it was a bit more of a consistent plot through and through. I liked it. I think also sort of echoing Jacob, it's the most maybe thematically interesting anime that you've showed us in terms of, in my personal opinion. I think the conversations and discussions it has about like morality and psychology are really interesting. It's a very dystopic world and really kind of fucked up. And I think that's really cool too. I like dystopian fiction. I think the world building is good. I think of course, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but it still suffers a bit from the form of anime. I don't know why it was 22 episodes long. There's just a lot of exposition that I feel like probably didn't need to be as drawn out as it was. I wish they would just make shows like 18 episodes or like 15 episodes. Like I feel like a lot of the ones that we've watched, and again, dead horse, broken record, whatever, but they don't need to be 22 episodes long. I feel like this one, maybe like as a 13er would be like incredible. As it is, that's like a minor nitpick for me as usual, but I think it asks a lot of really cool questions. There's good characterization, which is the thing that I've complained about anime lacking in the past. I think I actually probably will check out the second season because I'm curious to see what they do. Yeah, I liked it. I think it's probably like an 8 out of 10 for me. Probably up there with the best ones you've shown us, Trev.
Nice.
Maybe my favorite, but I also just finished it 10 minutes ago, so a bit of recency bias there. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm happy to have seen it. This is, for what it's worth, been on my list for like maybe 7 or 8 years to watch because it was recommended to me a long time ago, and I just never went for it. So glad you brought it, and glad to have seen it.
Yeah, hadn't you
Awesome.
like started watching it a couple of times?
I
Like
think
the
I had
first
only
episode
ever
or something?
watched the first like half of the first episode, maybe like I recognized the intro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, intros are.
yeah, not like the credits, but like the actual like, introductory scene of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I liked
Nice.
it. And I probably will see how the other episodes are. I don't know if I'll watch them all the way through, but I'm at least curious enough to check out season 2. Although I do agree that it did end really well and probably doesn't need to have another season, but I guess we'll see what the merits of season 2 are based on that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think I might actually try season 2. There's also a movie, apparently, and a bunch of side stories.
I feel like a movie would be cool.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah,
don't know how I feel about another 22 episodes.
that's fair.
Because I feel
I'm
like the
used to that
season
kind
works
of
so
thing.
well. Like it's the bad guy's great. I mean, we're not in the spoiler zone yet, so I can't really say what happens. But
Yeah.
it
No, I think
finishes up.
yeah.
It does-
You had your headphones off, Cobb, but I echoed that thought that I think it does end pretty much perfectly. So that is
Yeah.
usually a thing I complain about not needing a second season, but I'm interested enough to see what it's like at least.
Yeah.
Fair. I really love this show, obviously, because I brought it. Just because I didn't mention this at the top, we did watch the dubbed version of this
Oh yeah.
because that's how I first watched it back when I was first getting into anime. I was trying to watch everything dubbed because I wasn't used to the subtitle thing yet.
Trevor
And-
hates reading, famously.
Famously reads at a 3rd grade level.
Yeah.
That's not what I said. I didn't say bad at reading. I said doesn't like reading. All right, that's not. I wasn't going too insulting. Cobb.
Both are
was.
not true. I just want to, for the record, I like reading. I read a lot.
He
Anyways,
burns every book he sees.
Yeah.
I do.
Anti-scholastic
No, I can't say
book
that. You can't say that nowadays, especially, man.
That's true because it's too real. So.
Too real.
It's
Yeah.
too realistic.
So.
I give the show like a 9.5 out of 10. I really love this show. It is one of the more serious shows.
Hold on. So you like this less
A lot.
than the fucking Oron High School Host Club? You gave it a 10
Jacob
out
will
of 10.
never. Jacob will.
That's
Did I really give that a
crazy
10?
to me.
No, never mind. 10 out of 10 then. I take it back. I don't like this. I don't like Orion
You
more
already
than this.
disgust me by everything that's already said. That's
Orion's different. Anyways. Yeah, no, I really love this show. All the characters are really cool. I love the Jacob, shut up.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I like the ideas behind it and the philosophy. Like, it's like, if we can tell that people might do crimes, why, like, should we judge them based on that or not, and that kind of thing. And
It's a pretty fucked up premise.
extremely so.
Is this
And
the same premise as like Total Recall? I haven't seen Total Recall.
Neither
I
have
think isn't it similar? I feel like I've heard it's similar to Minority Report.
Minority
which I-
Report. That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
which I also haven't seen.
Copy that. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh! Show us the new
honestly-
one though, the remake.
I honestly might bring Minority Report because
Could be
it's a fun movie, and I'm in a huge Tom Cruise moment right now. So
What do you mean moment, dude? That's your life.
that's disagree. All right, very hard disagree. I'm in a moment, and it's an extended moment, maybe. But
It's been
not
the
my
entire
whole
year. This is the year of Cruise for you.
life. I'm okay with that. Last year was the year of Diesel, so I need to fucking switch it up.
Diesel.
Diesel.
Hell yeah, dude.
I watched every Vin Diesel movie.
Dude, that would be a great. That'd be.
I
great.
would probably end up in a mental institution.
That'd be really good though.
Yeah,
End up in a
anyway.
rehabilitation facility.
Yeah, I would. My
Uh-oh.
psychopaths would be off the fucking charts.
Yeah, it's the like, and the different levels, like I just love like background lore for stuff. So like when you were like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of exposition I didn't need. I love that shit. I love just hearing it's like, how does this like, what do these different systems mean for like different people? How does it actually interact with their lives?
Yeah, for what it's worth. Sorry, I'll finish your thought and I'll dive in.
No, it's just, I love it. It's a lot of really good world building and character building, and it definitely is, like I said, one of the more serious shows that I will probably ever bring. That's not overtly like dark, I guess, because this is dark, but
It's
not
pretty
like,
overtly dark. I feel like it's a cop thriller.
it's not as overtly dark as some of like the vampire shit that I've watched, where it's just blood, guts, and killing constantly.
Yeah,
I would say the violence is pretty hard to
great.
watch too.
Yeah,
a lot of the time
there were some pretty fucked
It's
up
really
parts of this, for
brutal.
sure.
Like
Oh yeah,
realistically brutal. I was like, oh god.
the Dominator. Like the first time you see the Dominator in Eliminator mode, it's like,
Not even
that's
that.
fucked up.
I'm talking about like the physical violence that people
oh, that too, yeah.
like do to each other. It gets really crazy in the middle of the season.
It
Yeah.
does. It's
Just
good.
to quickly to jump back to Trevor's point, for me, what I mean by exposition, I do agree that the world building is really cool, and I do like all the reasoning behind everything. I just think it explains everything a bit too much. Like there's a lot of conversations that are like, this is happening because of this, and it's happening now, and this is why, and that happens a lot. Like, and they don't leave anything up to like interpretation. It's like very explicit. Like, this is why we're doing this, and I think that's partly because it's detectives and they're talking about their thought process, but also it kind of seems like a bit of a crutch, like how Elliot Page in Inception is literally there just to tell us what the story is about. You know, it's sort of like, that's what I mean by the expository nature of it. It's like a little bit too over-explanatory. Whereas I agree completely that like hearing about the advent of Sybil and like why it's in place and how it works is awesome. I think that all that stuff is really cool. I just think it does a bit too much of like, here's exactly what is happening to the audience. Like it treats the audience a bit
Okay, no, I feel you on
with
that.
kid
then.
gloves, I think. Yeah, is what I meant.
Yeah. Okay, no. I'm glad you clarified. I don't entirely disagree, but yeah, also don't totally agree. But
That's fine. And yeah, I didn't want to make it seem like I was like mad about world building because that shit was dope.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, fuck. There was one other thing I was going to say, and now it's gone.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It happened while you were talking, like halfway through you talking. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's good stuff.
Not as much as War on Host Club, though.
No, I do like this more than Host Club.
I don't believe you. When we did that review, you immediately, without hesitation, were like, "It's a 10 out of 10." You were like doing a little dance. You were like clapping.
I feel like Jacob is not allowing there to be space for people to like stuff subjectively for subjectively. Right
I'm not.
Now.
I don't allow
Like,
the space.
You can enjoy something that isn't technically as good
No.
and feel like it's the same. Like I think Adventure Time is equal to like The Sopranos.
That's fine.
What the?
That's like a very similar. I feel like to say
No.
War on Host Club is as good.
That's
You
just because
see,
Jacob
but those are
absolutely hated
those two
Host Club.
shows that you just mentioned. Both are like renowned shows. This Orin High School Host Club was just a dog water trash show.
How do you know it's not renowned? Did you go on all
No,
the
I didn't
anime
look.
forums and look it up?
I'm going off of my own brain. All right?
It's not even that
That's
highly
how I
rated.
do
No.
this podcast. All right.
to be
All
fair-
the things for you to have a vendetta about, I feel like Orin Host Club shouldn't be the one.
No, it
should be
broke me.
fucking
It broke
Stripes.
me. It killed me.
Yeah,
I've
it did.
never.
It did
I have
make us
not
take
been
a
the same
3-month
person.
hiatus from the podcast.
I've
That's
never
true.
been the same person since I watched that show.
Jacob almost quit the pod after that show.
I almost quit life, dude. It was the worst experience of my life to watch that
Oh
show.
my god, that's
It wasn't.
insane. That's insane.
Sorry, Trevor.
Anyway,
It's fine.
should we, Trevor's so sad. Should we jump into the spoiler zone? Trevor, do you have any thoughts you wanted to wrap on review before we jump in? Did you remember your forgotten thought?
No, I didn't. I'll probably
It'll
come
come
to me
back.
later. It's not that big a deal. It must not have been.
Great.
Yeah, we can go spoiler zone and kind of go down.
Let's start at the ending since I just finished it.
Start at the ending. All right.
We don't have to actually.
No, we can.
I don't have really a ton to say about it.
Actually, I've got nothing to say. That's weird.
I'm empty. I liked it. I think
you want to start at the beginning then?
Yeah,
Go
ahead.
Right there.
Rip the
All right.
beginning.
Yeah, it starts off like kind of like it's going to be crime of the week. Like we start off with the new detective showing up on site, and she gets her exposition about how everything works. We have the investigators who are like the real police, and the enforcers who
are more badass.
Much more badass. They're basically as good, if not better, than the inspectors.
No, they're actually good at their jobs.
Yeah, they're better than the inspectors, but because they're so good at tracking down criminals, they have high crime coefficients. So
that's
therefore,
all
they're technically.
Bullshit. I kind of was pissed off at that. I was like, they're getting like it. They get fucked because they're so good.
I remember my thought now.
Yeah.
This show is this whole show is also a big criticism of the Japanese police and justice system as well, because Japan has a really high conviction rate because they always get their guy, but they don't. They just always make sure they have somebody. So it's like a lot of people have criticized that, and so this is somewhat of a criticism on like we always get our person because everyone who's bad is in jail.
Wow.
Because of their crime coefficients.
That's crazy.
But then you have main villain man who
main villain boy
is immune to the civil system. Spoiler zone. Our main through line, Makishima, he can control his crime coefficient with his own willpower,
which is crazy.
Which is awesome.
He was just like thinking about it. He was like, I'm gonna lower this bitch another 20 points.
Now it's 0. My crime coefficient is 0.
As
it's like, what
he's killing someone.
Yeah, it's great. So it's a bit of a criticism on the Japanese justice system as a whole.
It also kind of reminded me of I think it's in China, the
the social points
the social
or whatever.
point thing. Yeah.
That's all fucked up too.
That's what it reminded me of. I didn't know the Japanese thing at all.
I think when that first came out, there was a bunch of people who like posted memes from Psychopaths, like, "Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah,
we're on our way." But yeah, okay, sorry. Anyways, first episode, we learn more and we see how the shit works. You do bad things, your crime coefficient goes up. Even if you don't do bad things, it can go up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I'm remembering what the first episode is about. I forgot the lady that was getting like raped. She becomes a criminal because of it. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
It's really fucked up. And they like tase the guy, and then it's like, oh, it didn't work because he's on drugs. I guess we're gonna have to just explode him.
Yeah.
Which is such a cool moment because you see, it's not just like a blast through them. It's just it makes them pop, and it's wild. Like, why is that the way it works?
No shadow of a doubt, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they're not coming back from that, man.
No.
Wild.
And the Dominator is one of the coolest sci-fi guns, in my opinion. That thing is just fucking badass.
Yeah, I do think the gun design and the concept behind it are really cool. I will agree with what Jacob said earlier too, that a lot of the violence is like really fucked up. Like the episode in the middle where they start rioting with the masks or the helmets, it was just like really fucking hard to watch, to be honest.
It was. I
that first, I think especially that first instance with the guy just beating that girl in the street, and then everyone's just watching
too. It's like
it was a lot.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm pretty sure that's like where I ended my 10 episode.
You were like, I've
the
had
other
enough.
night. I was like, I've done 3 hours of this, and
it's a bit much.
Now. Yeah,
but
it's tough.
Like, I would be curious, like, to know if society got that sheltered, where they don't even really see violence ever. If people would react like that, they're like, is this like just not knowing what's happening in front of them, basically?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
How could you not understand? I don't understand. Like, how could you not understand what was happening, though?
That's the question.
It's hard to wrap my mind around, really.
It is, but we also live in a world where we see horrifying things fairly regularly.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you'd never see that kind of stuff, and then it just happens in front of you.
Yeah.
You're in a society that like prevents all this. It's supposed to prevent this from ever happening, and then there it is.
It's
in
like
front
reversed. They're reverse desensitized.
Yeah.
Sensitized.
Yeah, they're sensitized, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right though.
Doesn't
Just
sound.
no.
Y'all ever been sensitized?
They're resensitized. Yeah, that shit was tough, man. It is a very violent show.
It is incredibly so.
And grisly. Like Homeboy pulls his fucking hand off at the end.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
that was gross.
Yeah.
just like Papa.
That was
Yeah.
just like Papa.
Rip.
Yeah, his dad. Oh, so yeah, after, like when the show's all said and done, we only have 3 of the original 7 characters left.
Yeah. I wasn't really expecting that many people to die. I feel like obviously there's gonna be 1 or 2, but they really that department really took a toll.
Yeah,
It did.
they're Division 1 too.
Yeah.
how, did they move any D2 people up, or they just still? They're like, you listen.
Probably not.
No, I
They're
think
probably
so,
just gonna have
because-
to.
At the end, when they showed like the final shot with Tsunemori and the 4 guy when the rookie comes in, wasn't what's her name?
I didn't know who it
Kanizuka?
was.
It was Kanizuka. I thought was the girl in the background who I thought was Division 2, wasn't she?
No, she's Division 1 the whole time.
They're all Division 1.
Yeah, they were all. We basically only ever followed Division 1 people this whole
okay.
show.
Except for
The only time-
yeah.
Then.
Go ahead.
We saw Division 2 people when
Was at the end.
Yeah, Kirsch. Oh my god, I'm so bad at character names. Holy sh.
I mean, these ones were tough 'cause
Kagami.
they had, like,
When
a lot
Kagami
of
is like,
Ks. Yeah.
yeah, when they try to swap Kagami with Division
Yeah.
2, that's the only time I think we actually interact with Division 2.
Okay.
That and whenever the riots are breaking out, and we have like the
The split.
auditorium of people,
Yeah.
which for a police department, there's not a lot of people working there.
There's like none. There's like none at
Yeah.
all. They have like 5 divisions, and they're each made up of like 5 people.
5 to 7 people. Yeah, it's like what?
And then there's the horny computer lady back at headquarters that does stuff.
Oh, she's great. The horny doctor computer lady.
Why is
Yeah.
she so horny? Especially at the end, I feel like she's like, we should have fucked, right? Like,
And
what's
they
happening? Yeah.
Well,
No, they didn't.
She fucked the girl detective.
Yeah.
or
Well, she'd
girl
already done
enforcer.
that.
Yeah.
She'd already done that at the beginning of the show.
Oh, I don't remember that. I only remember
She
that
come-
at the end.
What's her name
It doesn't matter.
again?
Kanizuka.
Kanizuka is walking out of her office, like buttoning her shirt back up and stuff, right when we were first introduced to the doctor.
Nice.
And she's also like putting her coat back on and lighting a cigarette, which everyone smokes a lot in this show.
Yeah.
You got to. It's a detective show.
That's
Detective.
It's
Japan
badass.
too, though, right? I mean, lots of people smoke in Japan, I feel like.
Really?
I don't know. I just watched Tokyo Vice, and literally everyone was smoking constantly.
But that's also a detective show, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
So-
the detective is the through line. That's
It was
what I'm gonna
all the
do.
Yakuza and all the detectives and everybody
Yeah.
with the newspaper were all smoking all the time.
Those are all classic smokers.
It looks good
I
on
guess
film.
that's true.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
I hate that smoking
No
looks so
smoking,
cool.
guys.
I mean,
Smoking is terrible. Never smoke.
Spike.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
That's good. I know. It's everywhere.
But smoking looks so cool. And it's
Just- I
unfortunate.
feel like it shouldn't be. as
Wait,
glorified
Maestro's
as it is.
smoking behind you, dude.
Just hanging off the tree with a fucking cigarette in his mouth.
Siggy.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of, like, did you expect the Sybil system to be what it was?
To be
No.
brains? No. I didn't
Yeah,
like
that's
that
pretty
at all.
cool, right?
That shit was gross as fuck. Why
pretty cool.
they never explained why they were always kind of moving up and down and
Yeah.
moving to
Because
other
it looks
spots.
cool.
Yeah, okay.
There was no
That
need
just, like,
for
I
it.
wish they had explained that because why can't they just live in the goop? Like why do they
In
have
the
to
goop?
constantly get moved around?
I assume they're being moved to, like, different preservation type stations or something.
It was
I don't
all
know.
one thing. It was
Yeah,
one
it
tank.
was.
It was all one goop of piss. Like what? It was all the yellow.
Piss
I
goop.
don't. I really don't know why they're constantly being
Yeah.
moved, other than it looks badass.
I think that's just because you couldn't just stare at a pile
Yeah.
of goop for all that time.
There needed to
Yeah.
be something happening.
Some sort of dynamic, unknown technology reasons.
The
for
claw machine
moving-
technology. They're like it's gotten really good.
Shh, move those brains around.
Yeah.
I do wish we had spent more time like in the streets of the city because I feel like those parts were really animated and like artistically really beautiful. Also, anytime it rains, I'm just like yes. Like,
Yeah.
So the first episode, I was like very into that setting.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do think the setting for the final showdown was great too in the fields.
Mm-hmm.
The
Really
the
beautiful.
hyper
It looks
oats or
great.
whatever.
The hyper roads,
Yeah.
yeah, reminded me of Memories of Murder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I also liked how it sort of, I mean, I know Tsunemori kind of became the protagonist again at the end, but it did sort of feel like it started with Tsunemori, went to Ginoza, not Ginoza, Kagami for a while, like in the middle of the show, and then kind of pivoted to both of them. I like that they were kind of two protagonists versus the usual one. And I also think the characterization of pretty much everybody was really good too. Was it discussed early in the show that Homeboy was other Homeboy's dad?
It was in the middle of the show.
Yeah, okay. It was like
Yeah.
a reveal though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like
because they had their
didn't say it
conversation.
until. Yeah.
It was a reveal that was like heavily implied. I feel like it was
Okay.
like, oh, they have a relationship of some
over
sort.
my head. Yeah.
What it?
I
I
missed it.
also, like, it's been a long time since I've seen this, so I knew that. So maybe
Yeah.
I was picking up on the hints way more, like
Yeah.
on a second watch.
I didn't
Yeah.
know until they had their little conversation in like the middle of
Like
the show.
on the balcony, right?
Yeah, on the balcony.
He was like, "Dad," and I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Like what? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that there was like that relationship there too, and that one was an enforcer and one was an investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also,
Also,
kind
Then
of
he
fucked.
becomes an enforcer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I feels like they should probably, I guess maybe they never want to talk about it, but I wonder if that's really common for investigators to like eventually become enforcers.
it seems like it's inevitable.
Yeah, because
It's-
they're always talking about how Tsunomori's like coefficient hasn't changed once, like it's expected to, as you see all this awful shit over and over.
Yeah.
Like it's just inevitable that you're.
But why would you
coefficient
ever
raises.
do that job then? Like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
you're just bound to become an
murderer.
outcast in society. Like,
So it might be because all we really see is Tsunomori's thing where she gets like all these choices in like her career path.
Yeah.
Which most people, it seems like they just get one or two.
Yeah.
So maybe a bunch of investigators, it's like, no, you're going to be an investigator.
I just
That's-
wonder how that's chosen, though, because it seems like she would have been in the profile to only get that role. If her psychopath does not change, you'd think you'd only get people that are like that.
Why isn't she asymptomatic like Makishima? Actually,
Yeah, she
now that
basically
you-
is, right?
It seems like she basically is. So why aren't they like trying to
Kill
like
her?
absorb her? Yeah, like put her
I have
brain
no
in
idea.
the.
Well, they want to
she's
use her
got
as a
good
pawn.
morals.
They want to use her as a
got-
pawn, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe when she gets older, they'll like take her brain and put it in the machine. But
I wonder if they focus on Division 1 again in season 2, because like I feel like she's the most
I
interesting
think
character.
I think the whole point is, yeah, it's still Division 1, and we explore the new girl as well, who they make a point of pointing out is a minor, apparently.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
just
that's
that
weird.
good.
She's like
guess.
Doogie Howser, but for inspectors.
A horrible dystopia.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh shit, Cobb.
What's
season
up, dude?
2's only 11 episodes.
That's kind of dab worthy. Not
That's
gonna
a
lie.
plus.
That's
I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
watch it now. I don't
I'm
have
probably
to commit
gonna
to
watch
22.
Dang
gonna
Scone.
do
Didn't
it.
watch Dr. Stone season 2, but is gonna go ahead.
Fuck
Actually, I
Dr.
honestly
Stone.
no. I respect it though.
Fuck Dr.
Nah,
Stone.
Dr.
Fuck
Stone is
Dr. Stone. I
great.
thought you liked it.
Science. It
That was great.
fine.
Season 2 was awesome.
Season 2 is really
Same
good.
same problem. Too long.
I
Too
agree.
much bullshit about
It
science.
wasn't it shorter than this? I
Still
think it was
felt
only
long
like
as fuck.
15 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, it
Felt
wasn't.
longer than a bitch.
That's crazy. I loved it.
Didn't like it. Anyway,
Okay,
Science
so
rules.
fuck science.
did you guys have like a favorite mini arc, I guess, of like the different serial killers or whatever that like Makishima like instigates? Because
I
we
like
have
the. Go ahead.
we have the artist girl,
Hated
We
that.
have-
Gross.
the cyborg guy who likes hunting people. Remember the old man cyborg that they have the big
Yes, I do
shootout
remember
with?
the old man side. That one was the coolest one. The one where they went underground and
Yeah.
and Kogami was down there by himself with Akane's
Oh.
friend.
Yeah.
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 That was my favorite little mini arc.
Oh my god, there was another
When
one.
he was being chased by the robo dogs, I was like, "Oh shit."
That was cool.
He
Yeah.
just had to take him down with like his bare hands and shit.
Yeah. That was my favorite too. That's what I was going to say before you started listing them.
Sorry, yeah.
I got thrown off by the old man though, because I thought it was Nakashima there at the end, but he just like pops up. Right?
Old man
Makishima,
cyborg.
Makishima was there, and like he and the old man cyborg were like working together because
Yeah.
Makishima was providing him with hunting targets, basically.
Right.
Question.
Yeah.
Why are all the android cyborg people, why do they all decide to on the outside be old ass people? Like like him and then the chief is the two we see and they're both old as hell. They're fucking cyborgs. You could be anything.
Chief, I assume, is just for
A
like
cover.
maintaining the looks. Yeah, because that's just like part of the Sybil collective.
Yeah, she's there. You know.
She's less of a cyborg and
Fuck
more
her.
of a drone,
Yeah.
a hyper advanced drone. And yeah, I don't know about the old man.
He's
I don't
like,
know why
wanted
he
to be old.
I want to be old and weirdly in the uncanny
Yeah.
valley.
And I want to just do like the most dangerous game. I just want to hunt people. It's like, okay.
Cool, I guess. With an old school shotgun, which I looked up, it's not anything specific. It's just like it's mostly based off of a Beretta over under, but it's just kind of generic, like kind of like most side by side and over under shotguns in video games and stuff are just kind of throw two barrels and a trigger on there, and it's a gun.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
that's all I need. Any thoughts on the revolver?
yeah, that is a Ruger. Oh, where did I put that note?
Nice.
That is a Ruger S. Oh crap! I wrote it down. Where did I write it?
Trevor, IMFDB is slowly polling right now.
I don't remember where I wrote it down, but I wrote it
Rips
down
going.
somewhere. Damn, that sucks.
Well, we lost our sponsor. So anybody else who's out there looking to sponsor our podcast, we have open availability now because
We
Trevor
do, yeah.
fucked us out of our huge revenue stream.
I know Pip is pissed. He's screaming at me.
I hear him.
It's a Ruger. What do you want from me?
Any thoughts on the bullet count? Just keep it going.
Yeah, I think it was pretty accurate. He ran out. So yeah, that final, I guess, interaction, the final fight, man. That final, it was all so good. She
That was a
almost
good-
stopped him.
Good shot by Tsunemori. What
Yeah.
injured him? Why was he bleeding so much? I must have missed that.
During the knife fight, he sliced it.
Yeah,
He did get
sliced him
sliced.
across
Yeah,
the
he
chest.
sliced him.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but he was like stumbling away from the truck, and I was like, "What the fuck happened to this guy?"
Well, he also got in a car crash.
Yeah, I know. But
I think
they-
the slice was the biggest
he
thing,
was
though.
bleeding. Yeah,
The slice and then the limp was also because of the wreck.
the car crash. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That was a good shot by Tsunemori. The tire shot,
That was
Great shot.
classic.
better
tire
shot than fucking Kogami trying
All
to
of
shoot him.
Kokumi's shots were garbage.
He hit him through the hair, and then
Well,
it was like,
He's used to a Dominator, to be fair.
Yeah,
yes, but it's also like, I don't know, man. How do you miss?
he fucked.
If he had just popped him through the head, it would have all been fine. But
Just
then he
pop
would have
it.
been arrested. He'd have been arrested.
I don't think he
and
cared, though, right?
Whatever.
He knew.
No, he didn't.
You know, he went to the safe
Also-
house.
Did we
Also,
see
where's he
him?
going?
Yeah, did we see him at the end?
Yeah, you see him if you watch through all the credits. He's at the very, very end. He's on a boat
Where you
it
can't see
seems
his
like.
face. You're talking about that last little shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that last little shot where he's like, it seems like he's like in a cabin on a boat
Is that where
going
it was?
I
somewhere. It
wonder if he
sounds like
comes
it because
back.
you hear like the foghorn, like. "Whirr."
Yeah. He's just watching a Sips video.
I'm sure. I'm sure. No, he's reading a book. Some sort. Also, a lot of big literature references in this show.
Yeah, I haven't
So
read
much
any of those
Shakespeare.
books.
Me either.
I laughed when he was quoting the Bible at the end, though. I was like, "That's fucking funny."
That's dank.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like that's what tons of villains do. It's like
Yeah.
my favorite quote from the Bible.
so weird.
But
But yeah,
so the hyper oats at the end, they get 99% of their food in Japan from just the hyper oats.
I assume because
That's
if
crazy.
you watch
They just turn it into anything and everything.
because when we're in Tsunemori's apartment, we see like a 3D print basically a meal
Forgot
for
about
her.
that, dude. I watched that like like a month ago.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, it 3D prints because all of their like houses have like the hologram covers over them, basically,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. I don't know. I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, and their clothes are all holograms. It seems like.
yeah, the hologram stuff was pretty cool. When she like flipped her car into a police car at the end, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's tight."
That's rad.
I was confused about why everything is a hologram though, like the fountain where they find that murdered body.
Cheaper. Cheaper to maintain a hologram than an actual fountain.
I guess that's true. That's
Seems
also
like it would
pretty
use
sad.
a lot of power though, you know.
Yeah. Well, when they show the city skyline at the end of the show, I'm sure they showed it before too, but it's a huge city.
Yeah.
Do they ever say they're in Tokyo? Like, do we know what city it is?
That's a good question, actually.
They say Japan, but I don't know what
It's just
city
vaguely
it is.
Japan.
Yeah.
But it was a massive.
It is
city.
Tokyo. It is Tokyo in the 22nd century. Yeah.
Cool.
Right on.
Well, I really hope that's not what the world looks like in 100 years.
Probably
'Cause
though.
That'd be a
Probably
fucking
though,
bummer.
right? Come on.
I mean, probably sooner.
Let's hope it's
What's that,
not.
like 5 years from now?
Yeah,
Christ.
Dude, there's a dude with a Dominator outside, Will.
what the fuck?
Maestro's crime coefficient.
Also, did no one want to question how the chief forced Ginza's Dominator into Eliminator mode?
Yeah.
Like in front of all those people.
Well, because they
so
say that it was just malfunctioning, right? Isn't that what Akane says? She was like,
She says that-
Dominator malfunctioned. I think, in the back of her head, she knew, though.
Well, of course, everyone knew. Everyone knew what was happening, and so she's trying to play it off so the chief doesn't do anything drastic.
Fuck the chief, dude. They should have fucking killed her again right there. She comes back the
chief
next day.
The chief is the civil system, though. So
I know.
fuck the civil system. Yeah.
It's crazy that after once Makishima finds out what the civil system is, when he's captured and they have that discussion about what all this is, it was weird to me that he still felt like going on his mission after learning the corruption of the government. I guess he still just wants to knock the civil system out, but
yeah, he still hates the civil system and still wants people to have free will, which fair, but also really not a good way to go about it, my guy.
Going about it in a strange way, for sure.
Encouraging people to murder.
I sort of thought that he might try to team up with the detectives at that point to take down the system itself in a different, a more, I guess, less criminal way. I don't know. But,
well, they did say that if he was in the 21st century, he would have been a political activist or an anarchist or whatever. He probably wouldn't have been just going out creating
Murdering
these
people.
riot murders, Yeah. But I guess
Also,
there's no political activism in this day and age. It's just you are a part of the system and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no political parties. No one's elected. It's all run by the civil system.
Yeah.
So there's not really anything to be politically active about other than the underground rock and roll people that we saw that one time.
Oh yeah, that was a weird little episode. It was just one-off episode where they were like, let's explain this enforcer.
Her backstory.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
She got no airtime before that, and then they were like,
I missed the beginning.
It was
where
so
says,
random.
a few years ago, and I
Yeah.
was so confused watching it, and then I was like, oh, it's her.
It's her.
But yeah, good app. I like that app too.
I just don't understand why there weren't. It's just why her, and they didn't do it for anyone else.
Maybe because everybody else will get some moving forward. Although it doesn't really feel like they were planning for more episodes, to be fair, when they made this. So I don't know.
And then Kaguri just bites it pretty quick, and we kind of, there's not really much of a backstory for him other than he's I was born and then they determined I was a criminal.
Yeah.
Almost immediately. So I've been living inside of the institutions basically my entire life until I got this gig.
I liked his conversations with Tsunomori, though. I feel like they had a good relationship.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where's
They
the
did,
backstory though for Genoza's dad? I want to see him when he's an old, before the civil system, when he
Before
was
the
just he was out there being a grizzled detective.
Yeah.
That shit
That'd be
would
cool.
be tight as fuck. Can I get a spin off of that?
Watching
the rise of the civil system?
Yeah, that'd be rad. I'd like to see that, and that might be a thing.
I think it is a thing. Let me just
There is a Sinners of the System thing that focuses on him, but he's already an enforcer at that point.
Oh.
Psychopaths 3 First Inspector.
That is the third. I think that's still in the. I think
a
that's still
third movie.
a third continuation. Yeah.
Damn, so many of these.
I don't think we have any. I don't think we have a prequel, but I would love to see that. That would be cool.
I think it'd be sick, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see his name. Who knows? I'm not gonna look for an actual character page. I don't want to
No.
spoil anything. But
If there is a thing like that, let us know in the comments down below.
without spoilies.
Yeah, please, no spoilers.
Please.
Please, no spoilers. But yeah, it's good. I like this show a lot. I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a much more serious. I'm glad I was able to bring something not just full of anime tropes, because I don't think there's any anime tropes.
It
in
wasn't
this.
just the exposition stuff, really, because I feel like that
But
happens
that's-
a lot in anime.
That does, but that happens a lot in a lot of media.
it seems like they go real heavy though with it. Like it's all spoken. None of it's ever visual.
Or even implied.
Yeah.
Like, it's all very explicit.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
But I mean, we've only watched like 6 shows,
8?
7. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so it's not a huge sample size, especially for how many anime are out there. But you know,
Right. Yeah. Bring us more like this, Trevor. Give us some thematically interesting material and not just
or
like,
bring us some
boo-boos.
more weird bad shit. No, don't do that. I'll die.
It's gonna be a mix.
No.
It's gonna be a mix, guys. Because I like some weird bad shit.
I mean, Trevor, didn't you
So-
say we need to start watching your Halloween pick now because it's so long?
what the fuck?
That
Are
was
you
your
serious?
fault, by the Will. All right.
By the will.
By the
We're
Will.
watching 2-hour movies maybe for one episode, and it's my fault that
Spoilers.
we're watching a 40-episode fucking
how long
anime.
is?
It's actually 100 episodes, so watch your
Fuck
language.
off. Is it serious?
No, I don't
Are
know.
you
He
serious?
didn't say what it was.
I was about to quit on the spot.
Hell
Live
yeah,
on air.
dude.
Hold on.
Fight
It's,
it.
let's see episodes.
Spoilerinis.
There's
How
9
am I supposed to-
episodes.
You said
There's only
9?
There's only 9, but I think each of them is like
6 hours long.
close to an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, that's
Oh,
whatever.
that's
I've shown
normal.
2 seasons of Fargo. Yeah, that's
Fargo.
normal.
They were both great.
Fargo. Yeah.
9 or 10.
So
I
they
guess,
better
depending
be
on-
as good as Fargo, or I'm gonna be livid.
It's brutal. It's a brutal show.
Brutal to watch.
Great.
Brutal as in like
Hard to
violence.
sit through. Oh,
Vi-
does it have to be? This was
it's my
brutal
Halloween
enough.
pick.
That doesn't
It's-
mean anything.
Is it scary?
Oh,
Will's already scared.
We'll see. I don't like scary stuff, and I love this show. So
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
So yeah, we got 50, 43, 47, 56, 44, and then the last one's 68.
What are all these numbers? What are you talking? Oh, it's the
Minutes long.
runtime.
Yeah,
Is this a code?
What is this?
the numbers, Mason.
He's just reading the fucking lost numbers.
Haven't seen
Okay.
it. You could bring that.
You would hate that. It's so long. That's the
We
era
watch
of
all of it,
22
the entirety.
22 episode hour-long shows. That was
Oh.
like it's long as fuck.
And the writer's
Yeah.
strike hit it hard.
So
Yeah.
any
I
final
love
thoughts?
those, though.
Shout out
Guys?
writer's strike.
Getting back
Final
on track.
thoughts.
Any final thoughts on the show? Like any
It's
last
good
characters,
and it's worth
arcs,
watching.
anything?
It's good
No?
and it's worth watching. Those are
Good
my
and
final
worth
thoughts.
watching. Cool.
Yeah, shout out Kogami. Badass dude.
Oh, I do have a final thought. Shout out the weird little cartoon people that they hologram into when they're out on the streets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
when
love
they're in
that.
the mall.
Those are really funny. I always laugh when they came on screen.
Oh, those are good.
Well, they're not. They're
Yeah.
less. They're less scary and threatening.
Yeah,
so
they're
the
not threatening
Civilians
at
are
all.
like, yay.
I disagree so much. I feel like those things are fucking horrifying, and I would be so scared if they walked up to me.
Especially because they got the big versions, and then all the drones have their version for like, please don't go this way.
Yeah,
Please.
Please.
that was sweet when they blocked that dude's path off with all the drones.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, good pick, Trev. Good times.
Thanks.
Look forward
Yeah.
to your fucking Halloween anime, which I'm sure I'll detest, but you got some goodwill back with this one for sure.
I think my next pick is going to be pretty. I think you guys might like that one too. But
Cool.
anyways, next up, it's Jacob.
It is me next.
What could
Oh,
he
yeah.
possibly be bringing?
Who knows? Maybe I'll throw
And
a
who will-
curveball. Maybe I won't.
When will we watch it? Who knows?
8 months from now.
8 months.
Oh, don't say
Yeah. Sorry, guys, again about the inconsistent upload. Hopefully, we can get back on track with schedules
we're human.
eventually. Yeah, we have jobs.
Unfortunately.
Unless if you guys subscribe to the Patreon, we might not
That's
have
true.
jobs. We can do this full time, but
That's true.
Yeah.
we
Or
don't have a
My
Patreon
Only
still.
Toes. Do that one
Well.
too.
Yeah, only toes. Yeah, dude, it's popping off. Honestly.
It's lucrative.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing, Trev, and thank you guys for listening.
Thanks, you guys, for watching. Bye, everyone.
See
Bye,
ya.
y'all.
Show me something.